Okay, so here's my 1968 VF two-door Valiant Coupe. It was a Regal. And I found this about 6 years ago under a pine tree. And I was actually on a train into the city from Werribee to Melbourne, and as I was going along, I saw a two-door Valiant under a tree in a backyard, and at the time I had an iPhone, so I got onto the map very quickly on my phone and I dropped a pin. So when I was able to find the car again, and shortly after I found the car, by pure coincidence, it was listed on eBay, and I think the guy wanted $2,000 or something for it, or some stupid amount of money anyway. And so got in contact with him. I went and had a look at it. I took my dad and a friend of mine, Jay, and we went and had a look at it, and it was very, very poor. It was quite damp. The original engine, the engine gearbox that came out of the car, I should say, is this here. I believe the engine's seized. I've tried turning it over by hand. It's, I doubt it's the original motor. It's got a reconditioned sticker on the top rocker cover. And, yeah, the transmission is wrong as well. But it's a good upgrade from the original. I got this car. I'll insert some photos of how I got it out. I organised a tow truck to come and collect the car. He came, had a look at the location of the car and access, and he didn't want to have a bar of it. He was concerned that the tow truck itself would get bogged extracting the vehicle. So as you'll see in the photograph, I had to get the big guns out and use some heavy machinery which was doing work in the area, and it cost me one slab of beer, cold of course. It was a nice cold slab. And so they got it out and took it to a car park which was near where their work site was, and I'll add those photos as well. And from there I ended up getting it towed home on a trailer, where I had it sitting in my driveway. I partially reassembled it because my garage wasn't ready for it yet. So I partially reassembled it, reinstalled the windows. The back window was out, so I put the back window in and put taillights on, put the back bumper, I reassembled it anyway and had it sitting complete in the driveway for a couple of days. The rear quarter panel here, the skin, I had to purchase a quarter cut off a friend I made on Facebook, and apparently this is off an original Pacer Tar-She Blue, which yeah, so it was a quarter cut, so I had to unpick all the welds off the quarter panel and do the same to the car as well. I've still got some fine tuning to do. Inside here, there's some extra metal in the way, and also a bit here to trim up as well, before I can even attempt to look at trying to fit it. So the roof skin was cut a bit short of the quarter, just to allow fitment, and this just requires a filler piece, and there's a little bit of an extension on here. Oops, a little bit of an extension on here that comes down as well, which isn't much of a problem when you fit the Mexicana style extension on there. I fabricated this by hand with a template that I got off a friend that I made on Facebook as well. And so this is just rough. This is my first attempt. This line along here is supposed to be much sharper, and but it was just learning how to use a hammer and dolly and a bit of practice. It's actually supposed to have a bit more of a kink around here, bringing it in. All the lead's been taken out of the car, because I was initially going to replace this quarter panel as well, but I decided I'm just going to replace the lower quarter section there and try and fix, there's a low spot over the wheel arch, and fix the lip. So there's a bit of body work that needs to be done to this quarter panel. I'll just up inside here. So the whole car has rust, but the floor is pretty good. It's no rust holes or anything like that. Just needs a bit of a clean up, and then spray with some truck body. What is it? The I don't know, the stuff they put in the beds of the trucks. The sound dampener. So pretty much stripped this whole car down to a bare shell. I've still got a bit of a tail-up loom sitting in the back there, handbrake cable still in, and the re-brake lines, and one window. Besides that, the car's all been stripped. These front guards, I got these for free. It was part of a trade I did for the front lower stone tray. As you can see, the guards aren't too bad, just need a little bit of work done to them. But just down here, the entire bottom's eaten out. But from this line here down, a new section is available. It's about $60 for the outer skin. Hang $30 for outer skin, and 60 for the inner support structure, which goes on from the inside. There's another lead join here. The lead's been taken out of the plenum, because once I've got the back of the car fixed, next thing is to remove this, to get underneath here. As you can see, there's rust holes here. I could possibly get at them from inside the cabin, but once you see holes like that, the other side is going to be much worse, like the other side of the plenum. And this guard here, similar condition. So you can see here, this side here, I call these a top hat. The underside of the plenum, because they look like a top hat. You can see there's daylight through there, and twigs and berries sticking out. It is sandblasting grit, so this whole section here needs to be removed. But they're about $90 a side, so I'm not too stressed about that. So the outer skin of the plenum on this side here looks okay. That probably needs attention from behind. And this here definitely needs attention. But again, that's a section that rusts on pretty much most Valiants and is available. There's a chassis rail down there. The chassis rail's fine on this. There we go. So there's the Berger paint number 4301, which I think is Alpine Alabaster White. 4002 is the other white colour. So yeah, so I've got a couple things in the boot. Just put in there. Oops, there's my finger. Got the trunk drop-off panel for that side. It's much better than mine. Still needs attention in the well just there. But yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm up to 12 minutes 30 now. So I'll try and edit it down if there's any boring bits and so forth. And got to get to my new pup. Oh, my son's new pup. He's you can hear him in the background having a bit of a yelp. But yeah, so this is my car, and I'll just quickly make mention, this is one of the reasons why not much gets done to the car, because all this lives in the garage. So it's basically pushed to the side and filled with junk. This is the first time in probably 12 months I vacuumed and blew the car out with the compressor. So that's the first time the car's been this clean. And yeah, got to pack it all up and put it back where it was again. So the doors I have for the car, they're very, very clean. They've got 5 layers of paint, similar condition to the boot here, with a bit of crazing on it, the crow's feet. But yeah. Anyway, there's a side view of the sail panel and the B pillar. Standard. And the sail panel with the Mexicana extension. Alright, I'll leave the video there. Thank you.